for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network.
All right, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? It's Thursday. It's Fade to Black first. It's Thursday, February 26th, 2026. Try to say that. Try to say that like 3 times. Do it right now. Just go February 26th, 2026. Do it. Do it. I've had to practice it all day long. Yeah, let's do this because I'm a professional. Let's do this, man. Yeah, we're sort of wrapping up this week. I want to do a Conscious Life Expo wrap-up show. We do it every single year, and we didn't do it this week on Tuesday, which has been a tradition here. So I am attempting to reschedule my stuff for tomorrow so I can do a recap show tomorrow night. And I have lots of stuff, that's ready for the show, and it has to be done. So I'm working on it right now. I'm waiting for a couple of messages to come in and some things. I have to rearrange my schedule tomorrow, which I want to do and I'm trying to do. It's the other side that I'm arranging that with, but hopefully we'll be able to pull that off. And then tomorrow night we'll do a CLE recap special. Okay, so we'll extend the week out a little bit, and I'll leave that part of things right there. I've got a busy weekend coming up, and Saturday. So this is the thing. So I know what you guys are thinking. It's Thursday night. So Jimmy's after the show tonight, he's gonna go meet some people. He's gonna go out to dinner. He's gonna have drinks, and then he's just gonna party all weekend, and then see us on my. I have to work. So Saturday, I am taping a TV show. So, and it's not mine; it's for somebody else. So I've got to do that on Saturday, and Sunday I've got business all day that I can't talk about, but and that's Sunday, and then I have to prep for next week on Sunday night and get all of that stuff ready with the team here, and then roll into next week. So oh man, it's the life you chose. I love it. I'm in my bliss. Do you remember, I'm sure you do, maybe a month and a half ago, I think it was on an AMA. It was something, and my response to something was, I wake up every day doing what I want to do, stuff that puts a smile on my face. The show is a big part of that. And everything else, I just do stuff that puts me in a great mood, a smile on my face, and that I'm happy and that I want to do. And working 7 days a week, 20 hours a day, that's my bliss. I mean, I can't stress that enough. So with anybody out there, and I'm not some self-help guru. I'm not. I can only tell you what I have figured out. Whatever it is that makes you happy, whatever that bliss is, go and do it. Until you do it, you're not going to be happy. Yeah. You're acting happy. You're not truly happy. Go and find your bliss. Go and chase that down, whatever it is that makes you happy. And then you'll find yourself saying the same things that I do. I wake up every day. Just pissing people off around you. That's what you're going to be doing. making everybody angry. Every day, I just do stuff that makes me happy. Oh, man, get out of here. Be me. All right. Where are we? This week on Faded Black. Monday night, we were off air. I was at Conscious Life Expo. But Tuesday night, Jim Vieira was here. Megalithic Mysteries. Another great show with Jim. Last night, Molly McCord was here. What a special show that was. Planetary shifts and astrology. And tonight, my old friend, Cheri Arellano, is with us. And I am so excited about tonight's show because we're going to be talking about Starseeds. Yeah, front to back, top to bottom. I think people use that word Starseed too much. Too much. I don't remember Princess Bride. I don't think you know what that word means. Tonight, we're going to do just that. My next event coming up is the Sedona Ascension Retreat. It is March 20th through the 22nd in Sedona, Arizona. All you have to do, the links for it are below, but it is SedonaAscensionRetreats.com. Very excited about this. Love Sedona. I love everything and everybody in and around this conference. So come and hang out with us. Go to the website. Look at the speakers. Look at the events. Look at everything that is planned. It's going to be spectacular. All right. All right. With that, let's move on. Oh, did you guys see? This meant so much to me. Antelope Valley Harley Davidson. All right. Yes. My extended family. And I posted a picture today. I had to go over and pick up some parts. So I took a pile of Faded Black t-shirts with me, assorted sizes. And everybody at AV Harley Davidson, the entire staff got a Faded Black shirt. And Sonny and the owner, Scott, he's wonderful. So they, hey, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture with everyone. I said, yeah, okay. All right. So she organized the whole thing and we got the entire staff outside standing there in their Faded Black shirts. Okay, that part's cool. But for me personally to post that because of how they have changed my life, like fundamentally, it's the family part and it's the friendship part, but introducing me to a lifestyle that I've always wanted to be a part of. And it's just, for me personally, a very humbling experience to go through all of that and to post that picture today. So if you haven't seen it, head over to my social media. It's right there. Okay. All right. That was a wonderful thing for me today. Just absolutely wonderful. Let's get to it. Let's do it. Cheri Arellano is with us tonight. We're going to be talking about Starseeds. All right. The world of Starseeds, right? Souls that have originated from other galaxies, other star systems, other planets to come here and help us. Well, maybe. Is there a dark side to Starseeds? Yeah. We've got Origins tonight, activating your mission. Are you a Starseed? I think we all are. We'll talk about that too as well. And the complete cosmic lineage and their higher purpose. We're going to do all of that tonight because she is a healer, she's a teacher, and she's the founder of Divine Light Codes. The links for everything Cheri are below over on our website and throughout social media. I would like to welcome, there she is right there for the first time, to Fade to Black. It took a while. Oh, you're muted. You muted yourself. Now you need to unmute. What?
Sorry, I was making noise. I apologize.
After all this time, that's how you want to do it? That's how you want to do it?
Sorry, Jimmy and the producers.
Yeah, you know what's great, Cheri? I get to say this to you. You get the first time guest disclaimer. Did you ever thought that would happen? Yeah. Cheri, it's just you and I sitting on my couch having a conversation as friends. And where that conversation starts, it starts. Where it ends, but we're going to end as friends. Now, we're already friends, but you have to accept so we can move on.
I accept, Jimmy.
Yeah, right.
I remember the first time disclosure. That's so fun. It was so great to hear the opening music credits, like your intro music too.
Yeah.
Takes me right back.
Yeah, it does. It does. Well, a little bit of it does every time I hear it. It always takes me back. For the audience, Cheri has been a part of the Fade to Black family and a Fade or Not and all that stuff for as long as I can remember. And but we haven't, and there's no excuse for this, Cheri. I don't want to hear your excuse or mine. But we haven't talked in like over 5 years, and that's crazy to me. Yeah. But when I saw that Michelle booked you for the show, I was like, oh no way! Right? I was just like, I cannot wait for this. So here we are. This is actually. Oh
my goodness!
I know. Okay, we can't play the friendship card all night. So I'm the host. You're the guest.
Professional.
I get to bust your chops and ask all those uncomfortable questions. But I actually want to start here. Starseeds, right? I just love it. I love everything about it. But you remember the show People of Earth?
I do. I love that show.
The show was great.
Bummed when they took it off the air.
I don't even bum me out by reminding me, but I watch it all the time. I'll binge it both seasons and go back to back. But in one of the episodes, they go to a UFO conference, right? And so they're walking around the conference, and you see in the background a Starseeds booth. Right. It says Starseeds. It's got this picture underneath it. And right. I see it. It catches my eye. Later on in that episode, they're standing around talking, and one of them says, yeah, but I got to get over and check out the Starseeds booth. I've got to, and she walks away. And I love that moment. And the reason why is the writers on that show are good. They pay attention. They probably listen to Fade to Black and Coast to Coast, and they infiltrated our community to see how we act. That whole group of experiencers, right, sitting around, like one of the episodes. I know you remember this. Don't call us abductees. We are experiencers. Hey, now you don't know that. You don't know that unless you're in our community, right?
Right.
But that's.
I love that show.
So great. So that Starseeds moment and the way that people see Starseeds, they don't know what Starseeds, but they see it, right? They are assuming things and theorizing about what that actually is. So let's start there with the foundational question. What is a starseed?
Okay, awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for having me on the show, Jimmy, and hello to all the Fade or Nots out there.
Love it.
I'm so happy to be here. And you're right. I have been listening to your show since I think the beginning, because my first contact in the desert was probably 2014 or 2013.
Woo!
So, yeah. So what is a starseed? My favorite question. So a starseed is a soul that originated or incarnated when God gave you your original divine spark. It happened on a different solar, star system, solar system, galaxy, universe, planet. It could have been anywhere out there in the cosmos. And so now we've chosen to incarnate as a human on Earth in this meat suit to come here and make planet Earth a better place. And I do believe that most starseeds chose to come here. They signed up on mission to help with the ascension, to help humanity. And it's almost like we're in boot camp. We're here to do work.
Now everybody knows what me and my friends sit around and talk about. This is and what I mean by that is, so Cheri and our group of friends, yeah, we talk about food and we talk about life and families and stuff, but we very passionately talk about these subjects and put ideas on the table late into the night. And thank you for that. Thank you for that. Do people miss you even inside of our community? Do they misuse Starseeds?
The term Starseeds, like the label, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I have noticed that. I have seen it. A lot of people don't know. They'll go Starseed or lightworker, and they kind of lump them together. Like, and to me, there's a distinctive difference. You mentioned dark stars earlier, and I do believe there are dark star seeds.
There has to be. There has to be.
There are.
Yeah.
Because not every space being or cosmic race, depending how you want to say it, is benevolent, right? Also, I think the jury's still out on, is everyone a starseed? I think there are a lot of starseeds on planet Earth. I'm not convinced that every being, all 8 billion of us, are starseeds, because I recognize distinctive personality traits, patterns, qualities, whatever you want to call it, in starseeds. And then I see the ones who seem a little more like clones, NPCs, and I'm like, no, that can't be a starseed, so that's why I haven't been convinced. So if you think we're all starseeds, I want to hear your theory.
Well, as a scientific fact with this, and I'm going to go back to dark starseeds. I don't want that to get away from us, but it's a fact. You hold up your left hand, you hold up your right hand. Those are particles from 2 different stars. Period. That's a fact. And we all have that quality about us. A star out there spit out stuff. It went across the universe. Those particles are here. They're everywhere. And that's what make us up. And that's a
stardust.
Yeah.
Yes, and so we are all stardust.
We are. And so to even think that, oh no, we're from Earth. Earth isn't from Earth.
Well, are you talking about the physical body or the soul? Because
I think that something comes along with that, is what I'm saying. Our origin story comes from out there. It doesn't come from here.
Sure.
And consciousness drives the universe, particles and everything else that's around us. So if everything can have consciousness in it and particles, and that's something that's debated all the time, well, then just maybe we are all collectively, consciously connected through the particles from the universe that come here to make us. And now, so the other side of that, a starseed itself and that soul and that consciousness coming from somewhere else here to benefit this planet, hopefully benefit this planet. That's not separated by much. You know what I mean? It's not much, or can it all just be related in the same thing? So that's my take.
Right. Well, so when you think about the soul, I do believe that we are all one and we all come from God's source energy. And many light workers or healers or, more sensitive types understand that, there's a sun out there in the center of the Milky Way galaxy called the Grand Central Sun, and that a lot of our soul's originate there. However, I think that there are ancient souls who have been incarnating and reincarnating since the beginning of time. And then I think there's newer souls. And so these newer souls, they come to Earth and they incarnate in a human body, and sure, they have stardust and they're from that oversoul, right? They're from that same source, but their beginnings their experiences are less so. So they're like a newer soul. They don't have the same ancient beginnings to pull on. Yeah.
Right. Wow, that's fascinating. That's deep and heavy. When people ask me, okay, so church, give me an example. Everybody wants facts, right? They want some kind. Give me an example of a starseed. Okay, you want me to sound nuts? David Bowie.
You're so funny. David Bowie was definitely a starseed.
100%.
Definitely, 100%.
100%.
Yeah. Prince,
100%.
Michael Jackson. I could go on and on.
Elvis. Yeah. I'm going Elvis.
Yeah.
I think Elvis was a starseed. And then if we go back in time, Akhenaten, the Egyptian pharaoh, who, by the way, we don't know anything about him before he became pharaoh. There's no record of his birth, who he was. He didn't have any royal labels put on him, prince, doofus, whatever. There was nothing. No, he just appeared and became pharaoh. Well, and then he left. Right? We have no record of his death. We have no record. All we know is that at one point he stopped being pharaoh and it wasn't in the record. We don't have his body. There's no tomb. Got that for all the other pharaohs. Got it. Right? Valley of the King. Nothing. And then he had that elongated head and he was all, So I think he was
look at Thoth. Thoth had a bird beak. He had a bird physique. Look at Sekhmet. She was an upright bipedal feline being, as well as Bastet. There's so many paintings, carvings, drawings in the Cairo Museum of all these deities that look like starseeds, what we call starseeds today. But they were star beings, star races who were visiting us and helping us build our civilizations.
And those origin stories of not only those gods and demigods, but every culture had them and different versions of it. And I often wonder, Cheri, is it part of the historical record? Like this is accurate and that's it? It's just been recorded? Or is it like what the debunkers would say and the skeptics? It's just overactive imagination. Everybody had to have a religion and they would put these labels on stuff because they needed gods. And I'm not so sure. I don't feel confident in that. I don't feel confident in that black and white explanation. I think there is something far deeper and far cooler to all of this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the fact that Thoth exists and there's the emerald tablets and there's drawings of him. I mean, we don't have any bird-headed beings on the planet today. Why not? Why was he the only one, recorded?
So, I got a couple of friends that have bird heads. 100%.
We should ask Billy Carson.
Like, not bird like.
Bird brain. Bird brain.
Oh man. So
okay,
I got it. Gotta feel like naming names. I ought to post some pictures. You think that's a bird? Yeah, I thought so too. But what's the mission?
Blue avians.
What's
the mission?
Don't go there.
Somebody in the Trinity.
I haven't said that on this show
my God.
in probably 8 years. I can't. Those words can't even come out of my mouth. No. I'll go into a seizure.
I'll say it for you. Blue avian. Thoth was a blue avian.
Oh God. God, what a dark part of UFO history that was. Okay, so, but what's the mission of a starseed?
Well, our mission is to raise the collective consciousness, to lift the frequency on the planet, to help people, to, raise everyone up, to eventually help us move into like unity consciousness and one love. And, I know that sounds like kumbaya, but really that's where we need to go, because right now we're still having war and fighting and killing and, all of the things that we've been stuck in that era for so long. It's time for humanity and Gaia to move up, to move along its ascension trajectory, which is hopefully a more like evolved species of humanity.
How do you, Cheri, how do you vet a starseed? Are there certain things that are common that you have found with other starseeds? How do you vet a starseed?
So there are common traits, Jimmy. That's a great question. A lot of starseeds feel different than other people in their family. They're often called the black sheep of the family, or they might feel different from their friends. People look at them weird. They might stare at you when you walk into a room. And the reason is, it may not be because you're ugly or you're beautiful. It may just be because there's something about you that they can't quite put their finger on. And it's your aura. It's your field. It's the energy that you emit. And their consciousness picks up on it. And they go, there's something different about that person, but I can't tell what it is. So that's a common trait. A lot of starseeds are clairvoyant, psychic, they have clairaudience, or they're highly empathic. They're often drawn to all the things woo-woo and magic. Like they want to learn about tarot and magic and mysticism and, witchcraft maybe. They want to learn it all. They want to soak it up. They're drawn to the stars. They want to, go to contact in the desert and have a contact experience. They want to look up in the night sky and stare at the stars. They're just drawn to astrology, astronomy, metaphysics, all the things. And then the other common trait is that a lot of them want to do something good. They want to help the animals or help the planet or help the people on the planet. They feel this calling, like a pull from your heart chakra. It's like a pull to do something good.
I was at a conference, and these parents come up to me, a couple, and okay, I'm just going to cut to the chase. This is what they said. They said, Jimmy, our daughter has told us she's a starseed. I said, oh, okay. All right. Would you like to meet her? I said, yeah, when? Right now. I said, is she here? She's right over there. And they point. And there's this little girl, she's about 5 years old, sitting with a couple of other people. She says she's a what? How old? How what? I said, okay, I would like to. Okay. All right. You guys are here. Let's, the three of us, sit down together. And yeah, I'd like to meet her. Okay. This little girl comes over. She's like this tall. Right? She comes over and sits down. She's 5, right? I don't know that she's 5, but she looks 5 or 4, right? Like young.
Tiny.
So I'm sitting there with her parents. I said, how you doing? She goes, pretty good. I said, I felt like I was like a psychologist or something, a psychiatrist.
They kind of put you on the spot.
Right. I said, so your parents say that you told them that you're a starseed. I am. I came to this planet 5 years ago on a ship, and I came from blah, blah, and I said, wait, and the words coming out of her mouth, right? And I was like, what? This vocabulary, she was so articulate, and it just starts coming out. I'm looking, and her mom's like, I'm telling you, that's why we brought her here. And I go, are you guys? No, we've never. No, we're new to this community. And we just thought that this would be a good place to come and kind of learn. So you guys don't watch TVs or books or no? She just 2 years ago she came to us and said she was a starseed and came here from another planet on this thing. And I turned her, I go, how did you get her? She goes, well, okay, I'm going to use your words, but your words are physics and science, and so we do it. I'm thinking, man, when I was 5, I was such a doofus. Yeah, no, I'm being serious, Cheri. I'm being serious.
We all were. Many of us.
Wow. Now, so I have to back up and ask myself the real questions about this little girl whose parents were confused about this. I'm serious. Her mom looked at me and goes, "See, told you. This is what we've been dealing with." And now, is she reincarnated? Are these other people's other life memories that are surfacing?
Yes.
Her knowledge in all of this was crazy town. And so is she actually a starseed? Did she come here on a ship like she says she did 5 years ago? And she was 5 years old. That's exactly what she had said. For it to be an overactive imagination at that age, she would have had to have read, I don't know how many books and how many late nights on Coast to Coast was she staying up.
She's watching Gaia.
Right. Yes. So I'm perplexed about all of that. But when you hear this, and I know that you've heard and experienced all of this before, what are we dealing with there? Is it reincarnation? Is it past life memories? Is it an overactive imagination? Does she have somebody pumping her head full of this? She's too young to read. So I don't know. When I tell you that, what do you make of that?
So there's 2 possible scenarios here. There's probably more, but this is what comes to my mind. Possible scenario 1 is that she is a reincarnated soul, ancient soul. The new kids on the block, the new kids that are being born on the planet right now are coming in with these exceptional memories, and they are remembering their past lives, and they're remembering their mission and what they're coming here to do. And they're remembering all their gifts too. So if they're an alchemist or a doctor or whatever, they're remembering a lot of that stuff. So when they come online, it's like they don't even have to go to learn stuff. They just have to remember. So it's a remembering that's programmed into them. The second possible scenario, which sounds like this case, is that she could be a hybrid child who is half human, half ET, and so they're already like 5th dimensional beings. They're already coming in with this full memory, full knowledge. They did come here on a ship. Then the soul got transferred into the womb of this human mother, and the consciousness of that child knew what they were experiencing the whole time. So those are the 2 possible scenarios that came to me when you described that story. What do you think? I don't know which one is.
Yeah, I don't know which one's crazier, because they both right. Yeah, they both line up.
Right.
So I was on stage. She's sitting in the front row with her parents, and I was on stage talking. And that part doesn't matter what I was talking about, but the little girl, interrupts me from the front row and says, "No, it's the oceans that are the problem." I said, "Excuse me?"
Wow.
I said, "Do you want to come up here and tell me that?" Face. She goes, "I do." She gets up on stage. I was like, "Oh, here, take the mic." And her parents were sitting right there. And she goes, she's up there going, okay, so it's the oceans, it's the fish, it's this and that. That's the most critical part. And that's why I am here. You need to focus on that. It's not everything else. And let me tell you why. And she was this tall.
Wow.
About the oceans. And she went off, man. She went off oxygen content, pH balance, pollution, the warming, and different speed.
I'm gonna go with the hybrid theory.
Yeah.
If she's that knowledgeable, it sounds like more than just a remembering.
She started a fight with Jimmy Church from the front row, and then came up on stage and took my mic. And I gave it up too. I just stood back and went, okay. All right, I can't mess with that. Can't mess with it. She gave me the mic back, said thank you, got off the stage, went, took her seat. True story.
She's probably already booked for Contact and all the next shows. Conscious Life Expo 2027.
There are plenty of people. There's a lot of people in front of me. There are plenty of people out there that saw that. So if you're listening to this story, pop it up in the comments or shoot me an email or whatever, because it was a pretty extraordinary moment.
Wow.
Now the
cool.
dark side of to it is sometimes I will hear starseeds, and I will flip it over on them. I don't hold back. But I will hear starseeds do personal attacks on other people, and they don't know everything. I know everything. They don't know what they know. This is the real thing, and like this negative side aura comes out of them, and I come back. I don't think you're a starseed. You can't be an enlightened being, full of consciousness and empathy, and talk shit. It doesn't work that way, right? Am I wrong?
You're not wrong 100%, but there are, malevolent races that are here too, right? Like there's draconians, there's reptilians, there's ETs who have aligned with the wrong side or the dark side or whatever you want to call them. And they are service to self. They're not service to others. So they're here with their own agenda. And because they cut themselves off from source, they can't receive vertically. They have to receive energy horizontally from others. So they are like parasites. They're parasitic energetically. So you think about it. They're here to take.
Can the world handle David Icke being right?
What's his latest theory? I haven't heard latest. I know he was big on Saturn and all of that.
Yeah. I'm saying that in a general sense. But can the world handle, because we are right on the edge of this disclosure thing, right? We're right. It's happening. Can the world handle shape-shifting reptilian Draco beings,
they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. I mean, this is why, we've got all the distractions in the world, on TV, Netflix, the news, the media, all the things, right? Our phones. But there's a huge awakening happening, Jimmy. I feel like more and more every day, more people are waking up. They're starting to listen to that crazy woo-woo friend that they have, or that acquaintance that's like 2 steps removed, because maybe they're having an experience or something triggers their consciousness and they start to awaken, like a little tiny dinosaur egg that starts to crack, and the light seeps in and they start to ask questions, So there is a lot more of that happening right now on the planet.
You're right about that. You're so right. I mentioned this last night on the show. I'll share it again with you. I'll share it with Cheri. I have a friend that doesn't. He works at Harley Davidson, but he's never talked to me about this stuff. Okay, he knows what I do, but no, we talk bikes, right? We talk about it stuff,
safe stuff.
yeah. So he comes up to me yesterday and he's like, okay, so church, come here. I go, why are you whispering? Listen, man, Obama last week said aliens are real. He's like, I go, dude, you don't have to whisper that. He goes, oh, okay. But then right after that, Trump says he's gonna release. I said, why are you whispering, man? It's okay, you can talk about this. But it's like that where he is there an interest for this? Does he? No, he doesn't. I've never talked to him about ancient aliens or whatever, but he sees it on the news, right?
So
and
it
the
must
media
be
is
true.
well, the media is reporting it. He catches his ear, and so he's going to come verify it with Jimmy Church, the fact checker, right? And he said, "So what's the deal with that?" I said, "Hey, man, Obama said aliens are real. Trump says he can't let Obama get away with being in the spotlight. So now he's going to release the UFO files, and I think that." The government knows an awful lot, and the world wants to know about this stuff. And okay, so they're real. Yeah, man. Okay, can we move on? Did my brake lights come in for my street glide? That's what I'm hearing. But
Jimmy,
but
how many
like
Harleys do you have?
Not disclosing that. That's the real disclosure.
That's what I really want to know. How many Harleys do you have?
Not going to talk about it. Not going to talk.
That's
Somebody asked me. Yeah. No,
out there because you need more space.
And nobody knows me. But somebody came up to me the other day and said, so church, how many blah, blah, blah do you have? Could be anything, right? How many socks do you have? I said, look, man, my personal life is my personal life. Okay. All right. Now, I do have a warehouse in downtown LA full of cars. and just to shut them up. But it's weird. I don't talk about my personal stuff. A little bit.
That's okay.
A little bit. I'll tell you off the air, though, because you and I are old friends. I asked Cheri's husband if he was a cop. I asked him if he was a cop or a Fed.
He did. What? CIA. You're like, CIA. Do you work for the three-letter
he looks like a Fed. He looks like a Fed. And
He's clean cut.
We were doing this thing together, and I was just
we were at the Fade or Not table at Conscious Life Expo one year.
Right.
Yeah.
And he stood out, man. So you look around, everybody's in there with their ET, antennas on, walking around, and and he's just looking, he's looking Fed. So I came up, you two don't match. Cheri, dude, are you in the CIA? I remember that. What was his answer?
Funny.
What was his answer?
No. He said no.
Oh man.
Oh God, my
good
gosh.
times.
Olivia was there. Olivia, it's in the chat. She was there at the table.
Oh, she's Olivia, who I love. Like
I do too.
From the bottom of my heart. Olivia, for the longest time, was like the first and last person I would see at every conference. And she would always run under the radar. Right. She was, she's doing her thing, wearing her Fade to Black shirt. She's, running around. Olivia, I love you. I love you. If I see Olivia, no matter what I'm doing, I'll walk away from those people. I'll make a beeline and sneak up behind her and say hello. She's the best, man.
She is the best. She's so sweet.
Yeah. What were we just talking about? Hold on.
The friend, awakening.
No, David Icke. Because like with my friend, all of this stuff is on people's minds, and a lot of extreme things have been said. Not extreme to us, but to the world that sound extreme. But this stuff is starting to happen. and it is starting to come to pass. And now all that crazy stuff that you and I have been talking about for all of these years is another reality for the rest of the world to deal with. I'm hoping that they're going to go, okay, all right, okay, and not lose it. That's my concern.
Yeah, it's going to happen in phases, stages, you know. I don't think it's going to be like all the reptilians and draconians and pleiadians and lyrans are going to like decloak at once, and you know, we're all going to feel like we're being invaded. I think it's going to happen in phases. But I had a dream, Jimmy. I got to tell you this dream if I can, because it was that in the dream.
Okay.
So I was at work. I had a job, like a job, which I don't have. So in the dream, I had a job, and I was in my office, and they said company meeting. So we all went out into the hallway or some meeting room, and all of a sudden there was like a reptilian, he decloaked, and then there was like a gray, and he decloaked, and a mantis, like they all decloaked at once. And I was like, oh shit, it's happening. And for some reason I had my daughter with me that day, and it was like, take your daughter to work day. And I was like, do they know I can see them? But I just knew, I was like, it's happening. So I grabbed my daughter, ran back into my office. We had to climb out the window, and I knew exactly what to do. I was like, okay, we have to climb out the window, because if we go down the door, they're going to follow us. We can't get in the car. We have to go on foot, because if we get in our car, they're going to stop us. So we get out in the parking lot, and nobody's out there. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe we can drive. So I get in the car, and we start to drive away. And sure enough, they captured us, and they threw us in the back of this truck. And we got trafficked to Mexico. And then we were at a human trafficking processing plant in Mexico.
An alien human trafficking plant.
It was wild, Jimmy.
Wow.
It like switched. It switched from aliens to humans.
Yeah, shape-shifting.
But what does that tell you? What does that tell you?
What does that tell you?
Maybe they're involved.
Yeah. I had I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, but I had a dream about a year ago, and I woke up in a panic. Okay. Like, okay, it's about a year ago here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being chased by aliens, a few different kinds, at night, and I'm by myself. And I was running through what was probably my neighborhood here, right? It was like a neighborhood, but I'm running through backyards, and I'm running through trees and jumping fences, and it was ugly. Okay, like scary.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up climbing up into a tree and hiding for a long time. And they're running around, and I can see them, and they're making noises, and I'm trying to not make any noises. And then they see me, and I woke up.
Wow.
When I woke up out of that dream, okay, I woke up, it was so real. It was so real and so scary. I didn't want to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I like turned on the lights. I sat up, put my feet on the ground, like, dude, no more sleep. And it was like 2 a.m. You know, I had another 6 hours to go. And
so go ahead.
So my point with that, it was so vivid and so real. Is it prophetic? Right?
Well,
is it a precog thing?
I think it's an astral experience. I don't even think of those type of dreams as dreams. I think what I experienced and what you experienced was like an astral
Yeah, don't tell me
experience.
that. No, I don't want to. Yeah,
when it's so real and it's so vivid, and you remember when you wake up, and you could tell me like what color you saw and what the texture was, and and it's so vivid. Those are astral experiences. They're astral travel in a way. So
Oh, you know what else happened in this dream? Hold on. You know what else happened in this dream?
what else happened?
This is how vivid it was. There were people from the neighborhood shooting live streams of everything on their cell phones. Of me being chased.
Of just
Right. And so so
Wow.
there was that. It was just so vivid and so real. So I'm in the tree and I'm watching everybody, right, shooting video. And I'm like, don't shoot video of me. No, don't point your phone up here. But then the aliens would see them and then chase them off into the darkness. And that was a big thing. And so when I was running through these yards and jumping these fences, people were shooting the live stream running with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was another part. It just seems so
You see, that's such a detail. Like, that's so specific and detailed. That's why I think it was an astral experience.
Yeah, I could hear them talking. I could hear them talking. Okay, so we're here on my YouTube channel.
That's like your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
They're filming you. But the other thing about Starseeds is that I believe a lot of us work in the astral realm at night. So a lot of us, we go to sleep, we separate from our bodies, we go up into the astral, and we're working. We're kicking ass. It's like light versus dark up there, and sometimes we remember those dreams and sometimes we don't, or those experiences.
Do you know any starseeds that have been regressed?
Personally, I mean, I've done QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis technique.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, a bunch of people who do it, like
I've had it done.
Geraldine Orozco, and
I've had it done. I've had it done. Sarah Bressman Cosme regressed me.
Yeah, I had an incredible experience in mine. Do you want me to tell you what it was?
Of course, that's why you're here. Just pretend we're sitting around doing vodka shots.
You're like looking days. At me from the side now. I can't focus.
But it's the Brady Bunch. It's the Brady Bunch. It's the Brady Bunch.
It's the side camera angle.
Yeah, it's a side camera.
It's tripping me out. No, so here was my dream. My regression. It was a hypnosis. And I thought I was going into this session to work on like my inner child. That was my focus. I was like, okay, I want to go back to when I was 5. And I was like underwater, and I see myself like floating, like swimming out onto the land into this underwater cave. And it's all dark and it's all bioluminescent lit. And I kind of sashay out of the water like this. And all the crabs and the sea urchins like go, and they all scatter. And I see myself, and I'm like really tall and thin, and I have like long blonde dreadlocks that go down to my butt, and all the sea life is like afraid of me. They like scatter. They're like, shh. And I keep walking down this dark, luminescently lit hallway, and it opens up into this big cavernous like hall, like a meeting room. And it was the council meeting, and there were all these beings sitting at this like semicircle large table, and they were waiting for me. And I was the last one to enter, and they were like, okay, give us the report, and I said, well, we lost the battle, but we're winning the war. And I was the captain of the underwater sea army. I was basically the leader of this underwater army, and I was reporting to the council what was happening. And so I believe
I'm picturing SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes, but in real 3D.
Yeah, real 3D.
And that was crazy because here I am thinking I'm going to go into like this lifetime and work on this little inner child, and I end up in this other world completely. And I believe that like Syrian star seeds, Sirius has two known planets, Sirius A and Sirius B. I mean, there may be others that some of the astronomers know about. But on Sirius B, it's known to be like a watery planet, kind of like, Waterworld with Kevin Costner, where it's just mostly covered in water. And I know that I had an incarnation there. So it could have been there. It could have been on Earth millions of years ago, but how wild was that?
I have had not an off-planet thing like that or activation. I haven't had that yet, or that I know of. Let's just say that. And I'm okay talking about these things in these terms, because the more that I go down this journey and the more people that I interview and interact with, the stranger it gets, but the funner it gets, the more fun it gets. And, and the questions that I ask myself. And the reason why what you just said is so important to me, I have had the strangest visions walking around at different locations around the world. And when that happens, it's like this thing, this flash, pops in, and I don't know what it is, but I have said out loud and to myself, I've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
I've been now. How could I have been there before in this lifetime? Because I haven't. But the memories are very clear. Like I know what I'm about to see when I round the corner.
It's
right?
100% in certainty. Yeah.
Yes. So there's only one way to explain that, I guess. Reincarnation. There's something else. It's a past life. I'm not saying I was a pharaoh or I was the chieftain leader or I was I was some shaman voodoo dude of a village somewhere. I'm not saying it was, I could have been a farmer or a peasant on the street or a shoemaker. But the visions of being there are real. And so why wouldn't it be any different? Why would that be any different than something that's off planet? It's the same thing. It's the same regression.
Right. And you could have also astral traveled there at night in your dream state. So you could have gone there preemptively before you actually went to Egypt to check it out.
Okay, Jason, quit.
And then
okay, Jason, quit.
Right. Why not?
Remember those days sitting around with Jason listening to that stuff come on? Man.
Yeah, Jason was at Soul Tech. I have pictures of him too.
Oh, we had the best time. The crazy part about Soul Tech, I'm going to say it out loud. Billy Carson was so new, we put him in a tent outside, and he had 5 people listening to him. Nobody knew who he was.
What?
I believed in him. So much. You just sent me a picture of Billy from back then. It was hilarious to look at that version of Billy. But that's how long ago that was.
I interviewed Billy at Conscious Life Expo in like 2018 or 2017 or 2018. I think it was 2018. I think it was the same year of Soul Tech. And he was super chill, super cool. And then he blew up like right after Soul Tech.
Yeah. It's people resonate with you or they don't. People pick up on your message or they simply don't. I remember right around that time, and I've seen this happen with so many people, including yourself, where they have something to say, but they don't know how to say it. Okay, so you have to develop the ability to speak, and it's hard. It's a really hard thing to do. And I have plenty of friends that are really smart and do great research, but they can't convey it. It doesn't come out, right? But and Billy around that time started to figure things out. He did. He started to figure things out, and he was able to speak. He wasn't so good in the beginning. He wasn't. No, who is? You have to practice, and you have to
It
rehearse
takes
all of this.
years. Yeah, it
It
takes
does.
years because it's one thing to be interviewed and be able to answer questions. It's another thing to stand up at a podium and just do a monologue with nobody asking you questions. Those are two totally different skill sets. And then a lot of these brilliant scientists that you interview may not have the normal communication skills, or they can't break it down to
No, they're geeks.
to
They're
common
nerds.
language that everyone
They're
can
not
understand,
right. They're not
Yeah.
gregarious. They're not comfortable in front of a camera or in front of a microphone or in front of people. You get
Yeah.
them alone, and they blah, 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 blah. I go, man, that's okay. So let's take this
Let's
onto
do
the
that.
show.
Right.
And so that come onto the show, and okay, so physics. Tell me about it. What? Oh, huh?
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Cheri, stay right there. I'm going to change cameras. You like that?
Okay. Yes, I like
Cheri,
that better.
Cheri, stay right there. Stay right there. We're going to take a quick break, everybody. My good friend Cheri Arellano is with us. Tonight we're talking about Starseeds, all of that and much more. Cheri, stay right there. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. Stay with us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get your alerts and access to over 2,000 videos. Click that subscribe button right now. Go to jimmychurchradio.com and get the Fade to Black official podcast. 2,000 episodes, all of them commercial free for just $2 a month. I am hosting, speaking, and presenting once again for the Conscious Life Expo, the largest conference of its type in the world. February 20th through the 23rd, 2026 at the LAX Hilton. Speakers, event, and schedule easy. Just visit consciouslifeexpo.com. I will be hosting and speaking at the Sedona Ascension Retreat, March 20th through the 22nd, 26th in Sedona, Arizona. An amazing list of speakers, and it's beautiful Sedona. Come and hang out with us and just go to SedonaAscensionRetreats.com. I'm heading back to the Midwest for the Contact Modalities Expo, May 1st through the 3rd, 2026, in Delavan, Wisconsin, at the Lake Resort. It is beautiful. This is a great conference right in the heart of the Midwest, where I'm from. I'll see you there. Just go to Contact Modalities Expo, that's XPO.com. I will be hosting and presenting once again at Contact in the Desert. That's May 28th through June 1st, 2026, the largest UFO conference in the world. Come and hang out with us June 23rd through July 1st. Tickets and everything else that you need is at contactinthedesert.com. Want to change your life? Want that paradigm shift? Then visit Peru with Brian Forrester and myself for the Inca Celebration of the Sun, June 23rd through July 1st, 2026. A full 10 days of visiting the country, all of the amazing sights, and of course, the celebration of the winter solstice. It's all simple to do. Go to hiddenincatours.com. Come join us for the Monty Python Scotland Tour, August 1st through the 9th, 2026. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event where you get to go to the castles from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. August 1st through the 9th, 2026. Just visit HaleyARamsey.com. Watch Into the Vortex on Gaia TV. It's Fade to Black for the screen. Simple to do. Go to Gaia.com, search Jimmy Church, or click on the link below. Follow Fade to Black on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Get all of the show updates every single day. It's now called X, but who cares? Go to jimmychurchradio.com and become a Fadernaut. Get a membership. That's right. Everything is commercial free. You have access to downloads, and you get to call yourself a Fadernaut.
Jimmy Church, Gaia TV, Fade to Black, here at Machu Picchu with Brian Forster and Hidden Inca Tours. Amazing tour so far, Brian, but we're here to announce what we're going to do next year in 2026. What's going on?
Okay, November 2026, we're going to have our major tour of Peru and Bolivia, either a pre or post tour of Paracas and Nazca on the coast. And then after that, 6 days in Easter Island.
Bucket list, Easter Island. Come join Brian and I and his amazing team here at Hidden Inca Tours for Peru, Bolivia, and Easter Island. Signing out. Say goodbye, Brian.
Bye, gang.
River Moon Coffee, makers of the Fade to Black blend. Truly the best coffee on planet Earth. Just visit rivermoonwellness.com or their Amazon store. It's all simple to do. You can check out the Fade to Black blend, the Game Changer blend, or any of their Black Moon Wellness products. It's the only coffee I drink. It is the best, and it's Doc. Again, rivermoonwellness.com. All right. Welcome back. Fade to Black. Yeah. River Moon Coffee. Just go to Amazon and search Fade to Black coffee, Jimmy Church. It'll pop up right there. It is the best coffee in the world. Our guest tonight, Cheri Arellano, is not with us. She's disappeared. Oh man, and it is thank you for joining us, Cheri. I'm just so happy that you've taken the time. I'm so happy that you've taken the time. You know.
Hello. Why can't I hear you?
And you should be able to. Oh, great.
Hang on a second.
Okay. So
1 second.
This is when I mute you, so everybody doesn't have to hear this. This is crazy.
I don't know why I can't hear you.
Oh no!
That's so strange. I didn't change anything.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
It every time we come on the show talking about Starseeds and talk. Yeah, we can hear you. Yes,
you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't change anything.
Oh, great.
Strange. Let me just check my settings.
Okay, hold on. Okay. All right. So I'm going to mute Cheri while she's doing that. She can hear me, so we don't have to hear Cheri. Here is the other. I'm going.
It says I'm muted. Did you mute me?
I did.
Okay, then I'll mute myself.
No, not unmute yourself, man. You have to unmute yourself. Cheri, unmute yourself. I can't do it. You muted yourself. Oh, great. Kids these days, you have to unmute yourself. There you go. Okay.
Everything is the same.
Okay, but you can hear me, right?
I don't know why I can't hear you.
Oh, no. Okay. Cheri, you need to figure this out. So you can hear me. I'm going to mute you. Okay. And I'm just going to ramble. I'm going to ramble until you somehow figure it out.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? Oh, geez.
I can hear you now on my MacBook Pro, but I had you on the Yeti before. Can you say hi again?
Check.
Okay, it's back.
Okay, good.
That was so strange. All I had to do was like choose a different.
Okay. Let's move
speaker.
on. We'll move on. Okay. So, when somebody comes to you, and I'm going to also put this question into the chat. If you're in the chat and if you're listening, I want to see your responses to this. Do you think, this is to the audience, do you think that you're a starseed? And just a yes or a no, and put that in the chat. I want to see everybody's responses, because there are people that come to you, Cheri, that think they may be a starseed. What's the next process with that? Is there an activation involved? Is there something that has to happen for this? And for those, look at all these yeses.
Wow.
Okay. So, okay. So right in a row, right? Okay. So there's a maybe in there too as well. Maybe.
Steven's response is funny.
Okay. So,
oh my goodness.
So what's the process?
What's the process to find out?
Yeah, if somebody comes to you and says, I think, I don't know, maybe, what's the process? Is there an activation?
Yeah, so I do a reading. Basically, I tap in, my higher self connects to your higher self. I ask, if this information can be revealed, if it's in your highest and best good to know this at this time. And if I get a yes, then I divine, and I ask through divination, I ask like for your top 3 incarnations. So I'll say, where did God give you your original divine spark? And then tell me like 2 more lifetimes, because many starseeds are thousands and thousands of years old, and they've lived on different planets or star systems. So if you've been told you're Lyran or Pleiadian or Draconian or whatever, you may also be other things. You're not just one. It's rare to find a starseed who's had just one incarnation in one star system or planet.
Interesting. And do you do this on video? Are you looking at the person when this happens?
Yeah, I do it sometimes at shows, conferences. I'll do mini sessions, but typically they're on Zoom. So we do it on Zoom. They get a recording. I also go into how many guides they have, where their guides are from, because many of their guides will also, if they're Pleiadian and Arcturian and maybe Syrian, a lot of times their guides will also be that. Many starseeds have an archangel assigned to them at birth. So I'll ask which archangel was assigned to you at birth. And that's mostly for protection, and also because it's a hard adjustment to live here on planet Earth from what we're used to. So we kind of need extra protection and extra help to assimilate into this system, this control system that we're in.
Are they comfortable in getting this information?
Yeah. They love it. It's so fun. It's like the funnest, most fun reading you'll ever have. It's like getting your astrology chart done, but to me better, because it's cosmic. It's your galactic history, and a lot of the times I'll find that the different starseed types have slightly different personality types, even though we also have similar missions. And so when they learn about their past, it helps them understand why they are the way they are now. And if they're a spiritual person who meditates, or maybe they're already working with their guides, now they can say, okay, I want to connect to my Pleiadian guides, my Pleiadian star family. Please come in. And, when your guides come around you, you can kind of feel their frequency, and you start to recognize it, and they're there. So if you have a Pleiadian guide, you'll start to recognize that signature. And then maybe later your Syrian guide will come in and you'll start to recognize that signature. So
Right.
you can like call them in and say, you know, please help me like get to know you, or what am I supposed to do, or what's my mission, or whatever it is that they want to know.
So
It's pretty
Christy
cool.
just posted, she says, anyone else knows since childhood that they didn't belong here and long for home staring at the stars? Or am I just flying my solo freak flag? And I used to talk about this a lot. And I probably talked about this with you and our friends in the past. But I always wondered about that. I know I'm not the only one. Please, I'm not the only one that has ever done this. But you're looking at the stars, and I wonder if there's somebody else out there looking at the stars going, I wonder if anybody's looking at me. I wonder who else is out there and if they're looking back. And I think that this is a common thing. And so it goes right back to what Christy is saying. Is it because we're longing for another place in time where we used to be? And did we leave somebody behind? I think about that all the time. Do you?
Yes. In fact, when I look up at the stars, I also feel like it's a nod to my Starseed family. It's like, hey, I'm here. You're up there. We'll see each other again someday, Or like,
Right.
hey, if you hear me, this is what I need guidance on. Or
And
whatever.
last night after the show, Esperanza, who's in the chat, she texted me last night after the show, but my phone was in the house. But I was outside in the backyard looking at the stars. I just hands on my hip, I love that. So I came back in, I saw her text. I said, I told her I was outside. Sorry about that. I was outside looking at the stars. I cannot stop doing it. Chris Bledsoe's son and I were, he was on my TV show Beyond Belief. And so the night before the show, him and I went out to dinner in Boulder, and we're back at the hotel and standing out on the street, and he's looking at the stars the whole time, like for 45 minutes. And so while this is going, and we're talking about this and that, but he's not looking at me. It's like, just looking at the stars the entire time. And I think that's in our DNA. There's something that is making us look at the stars.
Well,
right?
and he grew up on that incredible property that they own, where I would be looking at the stars all the time too if I grew up there and had those experiences. I just listened to his podcast the other day. That's funny that you mentioned him.
Bledsoe said so.
Yeah.
And but I think that today we now our ability to understand, well, we can't quite wrap our head around the size of the universe. It's that big. It's too big for us to comprehend and to digest. But we are understanding more about the size of everything that is out there. And so the interest of that and looking to the stars and knowing what we know now that we didn't know maybe thousands of years ago as humans, I'm not talking about aliens or anything like that, so look up. If you can see a star, this is the trippy thing, and this is new, Cheri. If you can see a star with your eyes, and all you got to do is go in your backyard, you are looking at a planet too. There is a planet orbiting that star, or multiple planets.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? It wasn't like that 30 years ago. We thought that this was it. We hadn't discovered other planets. And now we know that every single star that you can see has at least one planet.
Right.
And that's crazy. How much of those have life? Oofa,
I
man.
know. I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of looking up at the stars, I was in this town called Heber Overgaard, which is where Travis Walton had his experience so many years
Yep.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we had rented this cabin for the couple nights in the summer. And I was outside with my kids roasting marshmallows, and we were looking up at the stars the whole time. And we counted 19 ships that night. I kid you not. And at the end of the night, the fire was dying. And we kind of walked over away from the trees a little bit. And I said, let's see if we can find one more and get to 20. And we didn't, but guess what we saw? It was the trippiest thing. So all of a sudden, we're looking up, we're looking at the stars, trying to find one more ship, and there's this really narrow, like wispy cloud just above us, and it's kind of elongated like an alligator, and there's nothing else in the sky. In Arizona, we have these crystal clear skies. And all of a sudden, this wispy alligator looking cloud shoots off like faster than the speed of light. It just goes and it like heads towards the Milky Way galaxy. The Milky Way is like on our left. And we all saw it, me and my two kids. And I was like, what was that?
I love it.
We freaked out because it was low enough. It was probably like 50 feet up. And we just assumed it was a cloud, but it was actually a cloaked ship.
Yeah.
I found out later because at first I was like, was it an angel? Was it a dragon? Like I was racking my head all night because clouds don't move like that. It was a cloaked ship.
Were you okay? No, forget. Well, I was going to bring up the beer can up at Soltech when that happened, and that was a pretty crazy daytime sighting. And that thing just yeah. And that disappeared.
You saw that on the first day, didn't you?
I can't remember what day, but we certainly talked about it for the next few days. We were up there for about a week. Was it the first day? Maybe. Oh, it was the first day of the conference because Jason Quit was inside speaking. He missed it. It was so funny because we're all sitting outside and Lucinda was out there. Steve Murillo was out there. And, 20, 30 of our friends were all out there. And we're all talking about it. Jason comes out. Hey, what's going on? What'd I miss? And when we told him what just happened, oh man. So,
wow.
Now, so let's get back to Starseeds for a second.
Okay.
So let's say somebody is curious about this Starseed thing and they start to go through the process with you. How do you then take it to the next level and start getting into DNA activation, dormant light codes and everything else to bring that to the surface? How do you do that? So
I think you're asking about my healing modalities, and I do energy healing, and I work with the crystalline healing light, and it's we tap into the higher self again, but we can activate their light codes and bring in different healing tools for the person. If they want a DNA reprogramming, we're working with the holographic DNA or the energetic DNA, not the physical. I mean, it does affect the physical, but it's mostly directly working with the holographic DNA. And we unprogram or unwind the limiting beliefs, ancestral patterns, things that maybe they inherited that were not their own. I'll give you an example if you want. And then we reprogram in more of what it is that they want. More joy, more love, more abundance, more happiness through light codes and intention and the power of the word and being open to receiving healing through their guides or their guidance team.
What is a light code? Oh, by the way, John, who was there with us, he said it was that Friday.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember when this conference started, but I think it was my
I
first day there.
That was such a good time. That was such a good time. What is a light code?
So a light code is like a photon. It's like basically a particle of light. And, we're all made out of light and water, basically. And so we're all programmable. And the sun emits light codes, right? So when we have these solar flares, it's emitting new light codes. It's the essence of life, if you will.
Are you hip to Dana Kipple?
No, I'm not.
Okay, you can write that down, Dana Kipple. And I hung out with her this weekend. She's been on the show. She's a filmmaker and an author. And one of the things that she researches, and she does excellent work, excellent, she's just amazing, is plasma and light plasma being sentient. And it goes right back to what you're talking about right there. And so her references to that, I always think of like a plasma craft or an energy craft or an orb, that being sentient, but it's also like the aurora borealis, right? Or other plasma energies that we see. That plasma is sentient, and it goes right back to everything else we're talking about: consciousness, the universe, particles, right? All of this. And if that's the case, when you see something like that cloaked ship that you're talking about, there may not have been a being on the ship, but the ship itself is sentient.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, it was a monitoring ship. It was monitoring my frequency to see like how much I had evolved.
Is it okay?
That's crazy, right?
No. I love
That's
that.
what I was told. Yeah.
Is it that those of us that are, I'm going to say activated, there's got to be another word for that, but are we walking around with like a spotlight shooting up off of our head? You know what I mean? Are we, are they able to like, oh, there's one over there? Right?
Yeah. And some of us shine brighter than others. Some of us have really huge light fields, right? And you're talking about the chakras. Like, so the chakras go up. We actually have over hundreds of chakras, like I think over 200 chakras, not just 7. And the stellar gateway is up here. And then you have the cosmic gateway chakra, which is way up there. So you've got the one that links you to your higher self. And then you've got the one that links you to your oversoul. And you've got the one that links you to your galactic self. So we do have these like invisible beams of light. And some are brighter than others. And some of us go out this way.
Now, if you and I were sitting around a table, I would go, this is what I would do. Cheri, you can laugh. Cheri. I said Cheri again. Cheri,
it's okay.
You can laugh. You can laugh. I've done that for so many years now. I'll never break that pattern. But if you said that to me sitting at the table, we got the vodka shots lined up, right? I would go, bullshit. That's what okay. Okay. And what's an oversoul, Cheri? All right. Because, and the reason the reason for that, I don't wear a mask, everybody. It's just the way it is. The reason for that is when people say these things, most don't understand. So we need some clarification here. And so for me, I'm going to go, okay, so oversoul, what are you talking about? What's an oversoul?
So back to what you started the conversation earlier about, we're all one and we come from this source energy, right? That's kind of our oversoul. People have probably heard of like their soul family, so we think of it as like a big ball of light. It's a big ball of photons and light codes, and it spits out these little tiny balls of light, and they each one could be a soul group, or it could be an oversoul, and then that one splits off again. Have you ever seen like a fractal, or the way the human egg divides? When it's born, it's one, and then it splits into two, and then it splits into four, and it splits into eight. It's the same concept where life is expanded, and we're all little fractals of God. We're all little tiny particles or light pieces of God, if you will. So your oversoul is like, I wish my friend was here because she could probably explain it better than me, but it's like, it's that bridge between you and source. It's the record keeper. It keeps your karmic records, the Akashic records. It contains all the history of all your lifetimes. It's where all your galactic wisdom is stored. So you've probably heard of quantum jumping. There's these people who are really into quantum jumping, and they go to sleep and they do the techniques, and they connect to another version of themselves on a different dimension. And that version of themselves in that other dimension knew how to play the piano. So then they come back, and now they know how to play the piano because they're linking up to their oversoul, and they're going, I want to download that piano program, just like Neo in the Matrix when he puts in the different cards, and all of a sudden he can download, Taekwondo or karate or whatever. It's the same concept, but instead of plugging in a card, you're linking up to your oversoul. And so to do that example that I just gave with the piano, it takes a lot of discipline, but on a much smaller level, on an esoteric level, there are Akashic record readers and seers and beings who can access the soul vault or the oversoul records. And that's how they tell you what your past lives were, how you suffered, how you died, what lessons you need to learn in this lifetime, why you're still reincarnating as a human. That was a long answer. I hope that
No, it's a beautiful answer. It's a beautiful answer because
thank you.
Your point about here's what's so fascinating, and there's so much fascinating about it. But at one point you have a sperm and an egg, and then one cell, then two, then four.
Mm-hmm.
That eventually is us.
Right.
And we are able to go, why is there air? The only way that is possible, and I will debate any scientist, any biologist, any anthropologist, I'll debate the only way that is possible, Cheri, is something divine and spiritual beyond our understanding. That is not chemistry.
Right.
That is not. It's simply stop with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where the cells in your body are the same as mine. We have the same molecules. Why are your molecules you? And why are mine me? How do they know that? How do they know? Are you picking up the only way?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, thank you. The only way that is possible is something way beyond our understanding.
Yeah.
And it comes down to consciousness. I don't know the divine part of it, who's driving that car. I don't know. But it's not chemicals. It's not chemistry. It is not that. There is something else. How does a molecule know that it is?
It's programming. It's all coded in the DNA. You've got the physical DNA and the holographic DNA, and they come together. And that's what's so beautiful about this work that I'm doing is like in my healing work, like I'm in an advanced level training right now, and we're really like merging the physical with the energetic, because a lot of energy healers just focus on energy, and a lot of physical healers just focus on physical. And just like when you go to a heart doctor, he only wants to talk about your heart. The foot doctor only wants to talk about your foot. But we need to heal each other on a whole level, in the whole body, the energy body, the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, the astral body. All of our bodies need that healing. We need to invite everyone to the party for wholeness, for whole healing. And so that's part of like what you're saying is like, why did I turn out looking like this and you turned out looking like this? Because of the physical component, but we all share a piece of that same God
We're all
source
the same
energy.
stuff. We're
Yeah.
all the same stuff.
Yeah. And
That's
people are
it.
we're all living the same life too. Like, have you ever called a friend and they were just doing the same thing you were doing, and it's like, we're all living variations of the same life in a way,
There is no way that science is going to convince me it just happened. Bullshit. It just happened. It's just, they're so afraid. They are so afraid of something freaky going on, right? There's something else. It's consciousness. It's this, is that. There's some kind of divine spiritual thing happening that is driving all of this. They may think it, but they won't say it out loud. And it's like a fear thing. They want to stay in their little laboratory, with their chemicals and convince themselves that is all there is to life.
Well, because they don't want to lose control. Because once they acknowledge something greater than themselves, then they're not in control anymore.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And I always ask this question with every guest on the show. Doesn't matter what their background is. I know your answer in advance, but let's go. Well, I think I do. I hope that I do. What is consciousness? Is it local? Is it just a chemical reaction? Or is it non-local outside of the body and then comes and finds us? Even though we've already dived into this somewhat, but it's a direct question pointed back at you. If it is non-local and it exists outside of us and originates out there, where is it and how does it come and find us?
Well, I do believe that it can be non-local. Often, all the time we're having non-local experiences. But there is a piece of that greater consciousness that, like I said, has split off and come inside of each one of us. So we all have a little piece of that larger consciousness inside of us.
But the sperm has to hit the egg first. The sperm isn't don't tell me sperm is conscious. Is sperm?
So you're asking. Okay, so what I believe is that the soul, when the soul chooses the parents and it chooses the human mother that it's going to be born into their womb, the soul of the baby kind of hovers around the mother for months before it goes into the egg.
Now you're answering the question. I love that.
Continue. So there's a little, it's like a little baby photon, like an orb. You see those like infrared videos of orbs. It's a little orb that kind of sits with the mother and it floats around the mother's field for a few weeks or months before it goes into the egg.
What if they say no? I want another.
Or the body. Well, sometimes if it's like a miscarriage, God forbid, it'll still stay around the mother and hope that like they try again. Sometimes it goes back to source and then comes back. But those souls, those baby souls consciously choose their parents. And I believe that they go into the physical baby body very soon before it's born. So maybe weeks before it's born, not very long.
I can picture the sperm he sent you.
Maybe a
I'm
month.
going to be a boy today. Today's boy day.
There's actually a guy
little
named
girl today. I'm going to be a girl. Going to be a girl. Breaking through.
There was a guy named Walter McKitchen, and he wrote a book all about that, and it was really fascinating. Do you know him?
Yes,
He died,
yes.
unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great book.
Yeah.
This is the point where I'm going to ask you, what about walk-ins?
Ooh, walk-ins. Yeah. So I believe I've actually interviewed some walk-ins, but what I believe about walk-ins is that there's souls that come in to a body that already had a soul or has a soul, and they make an agreement on the oversoul level, like on the, higher self oversoul level. That original soul is kind of like, okay, I'm done having this human experience. I don't want to do this anymore. And so the walk-in comes in and takes over. I believe there has to be an agreement. I've heard stories where the original soul is like really sick or depressed, or they're suicidal, like they just really don't want to be here anymore. And so it makes that agreement a little bit easier for the walk-in to take over the body.
The walk-ins that I have interviewed and spoke to did say one consistent thing, pretty much, and that is, one day I woke up and I was someone else.
Mm-hmm.
With memory. And I can only imagine how frightening that must be.
Yeah.
Also, what about your husband or your wife or your kids? Like, who are you?
Yeah, like they have some memory from the last person, right? And then they start building new memories as that walk-in person.
And
it's
so
wild.
you have to wonder. And when these conversations happen and we hear about soul containers and alien grays not having, conscious, and they long for, some of these ET races have lost the warmness of their soul and their and they want to come here and hang out because we still have that. Mm-hmm. And they don't have it anymore. And so the walk-in aspect of it, I've often thought maybe that is just somebody that wants to go back into a body and experience life again, that soul container, right, was out and it just came and found somebody here. But the tragic part about it is what it does to somebody's life.
And the family members.
People around them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's really hard for the family members. The walk-ins I've met tend to be like, oh, well, this is what it is now. This is the new reality.
Can't change it. Can't change it. I didn't ask for this. That's the other part, right? Mm-hmm. They have to accept that part of it. They didn't ask for it. It just happened. The agreement.
I don't know I think they did like intentionally decide to come and live in that body.
Well, what I'm saying is the
family.
Well, the agreement part may not necessarily be remembered. That happens before the occupation happens. There's that part of it, but you're moving on in your life differently as a different person, and you have to accept it. Right there, you can't necessarily do anything about it. I've asked different walk-ins, so
okay. So what you're saying is you've met walk-ins who they don't remember the agreement. They just woke up and they're like in this new body, and they're like, "What the heck am I doing here?"
Not everyone. I don't want to say that, but I've had walk-ins on the show, and I've met many in person. Most of them are divorced.
Yeah. Exactly. I know a couple of walk-ins. There's one that you've probably had on your show, Lori McDonald, and she talks about it openly, so it's not like I'm revealing anything.
I haven't seen Lori in ages.
She's still around.
Talk to her? You still
I haven't talked to her in about a year, but she's still around doing her thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known her for ages, and
Yeah.
she been to my house many times. I mean, I've
Yeah.
had a lot of fun with her. She's very, very, very interesting. But
Hmm.
there are so many sensitive subjects out here in our community where because it's so deeply personal and they have questions, and so this journey, and they're out there trying to figure things out. Some of these issues, subjects, let's go with subjects, are deeply, deeply troubling,
Hmm.
and trying to work through that. The empathy part of me just pours out, because
Hmm.
they're dealing with this, and they have to deal with it with their family, their friends, their sons and daughters, their co-workers, if you're in school, your
Yeah.
friends at school and your friend circle. It's very, very tough, because not everybody's just going to be open-minded
Hmm.
about this. Your best, oh, you're a starseed. Okay. All right. Zeta Reticuli? Where from? Yeah, it doesn't go down like that, does it?
No, it doesn't. In fact, I think most of us, there are exceptions, don't really talk about this stuff with our closest friends and family, right? Like we don't go woo-woo with our closest friends and family unless they've been on that journey with us for a long time,
Sure. I mean, the
right?
advice that I give, I'm wondering what the advice that you give is, because what I just try to tell everybody, just be you, embrace it, right?
Mhm.
Just embrace it. Be who you are. Don't hold it in. Let it out. The more that you hold it in, the more frustrating it's going to be. Just embody it, grab it, embrace it, and be you. We'll
Yeah.
figure things out as we move along. But that's the advice that I give, because so many people are just so confused, and they could tip either way very quickly.
Right. Yeah, they get pressure from, family members who, like, don't believe them, or they ridicule them, or they push them out, and it's like they're having an awakening experience of their own and they need support, so it's really important, if you guys are going through any kind of awakening, or your clairs are coming online or whatever, that you find somebody that you can confide in and talk to. It's so important, you know. You need that support.
How many people do you think, after Obama said aliens are real, he said those three words, not maybe, not I've thought of it. No, he said aliens are real.
Mhm.
How many wives sat up in bed, punched their husband, and said, "I told you"? How many husbands turned to their wives, right? I've been telling you. And we need that. So many
Yeah.
need that kind of support above and beyond, outside of their things, so they can turn around and relax and say, see,
Mhm.
okay, right? I'm
Right.
not crazy. This is just what I've been going through. This is it, and I've been trying to deal with it. And that's where my heart pours out. They need that relief. I don't know if it's,
Yeah.
do you think it's as basic as the White House making that announcement, right? That we are not alone and aliens have been here. Does it need to be that extreme? And anything short of that is not good enough for those that need to hear it?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like even though Obama said that, it still went over a bunch of people's head and people just went on with their daily lives. It wasn't like all of a sudden everyone in the planet believes aliens are real. I think there's still a lot of skeptics on the planet. And I think until we have a greater experience, like motherships just showing up in, like, all the continents on the planet all at once, I don't
Mhm.
know that people are gonna really wake up to the truth of it and be like, "Oh, okay, I get it. I get it
Do you
now." You know what I mean?
You're so right. You're so right. You're so right. Do you remember the beginning of the movie Arrival really does it well. Okay, so we have like 12 ships that arrive at different points around the world, and the coverage in the media, right? And the way that they spoke about it, but it was the pandemonium. You know, they shut down the college, right? She was teaching at the college, and she's got everybody's crashing into cars, airplanes are going overhead. That is normal society reacting to this. And I don't think it's that far off the mark. The initial impact of something, right? Motherships over LA, it's going to be pretty dramatic for a few minutes at least.
Yeah. I mean, they should do it in stages, right? Like prep us, like take over the TVs and put a broadcast announcement on, like they do in the movies. Like put a broadcast out, we're coming, and then the next day do another thing, and then finally on the third day they're there. You know, like let people warm up to it. I think most people believe in life on other planets by now, but there are still people who it's kind of like this afterthought back here somewhere. You know, it's not something they think about all the day. You know,
you got to get in the kiddie pool first.
Yeah.
Right. You got to get in the kiddie. So Spielberg, we just have a little time left. But to your point, Spielberg's got this new movie coming out called Disclosure Day.
I saw
and
that.
Yeah, and they did 2 commercials. They did 2 trailers, and the second one aired in during the Super Bowl. And in that one, they showed the mothership. But in the 2 previous trailers that I know you've seen, it was just what you're talking about. So the newscaster's like a weather lady, right? I think that's what she's standing there, and you could see that she was being taken over, right? Her eyes kind of change, and she starts to talk. And I could kind of see it that way. I could see it the Arrival way too as well. But what if some collective consciousness, one point of consciousness of ET, just gets into the heads of all the newscasters?
That would be awesome. I hope they do it that way. Like find all the sensitive, empathic newscasters.
So you can turn to your CIA husband. You turn to your CIA husband. See? See, this is what I've been on about.
Oh my God. That would be awesome.
What does he think of you and your life and what you're doing?
He honors it 100%. Like, you know, we both are in service, but in totally different ways, you know, and he definitely has a spiritual side, and he's very empathic and sensitive. He actually works with autistic kids now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Does he wear his fake black shirt when he's doing it?
I don't think he's allowed to.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I am just saying.
No, he's very supportive, and he kissed me and he said, "Good luck, honey," you know, before I came on the air with you.
What and with your soul family and everything that you're doing right now, what is next for you? Are you out there speaking conference?
Yes, so I'll be at the Sedona Ascension Retreat with you as well, and I'll be speaking on Sunday on Starseeds as well, and I'll have a booth there as well. So I'll be there the whole 3 days. I'm also doing some other shows. I'm doing a lot of the Soul Search shows. Have you heard of those?
Oh, of course. I just did an interview.
With Tangela?
Yeah, I've known her for a long time.
Yeah, I've known her since the first show. She's awesome.
I met her in Sedona many years ago. And she is such I'm going to say this in a very politically incorrect way. she is a frigging bundle of energy.
She is amazing. She's a
She's that tall.
powerhouse.
She's that tall,
Mhm.
but she's
Yeah.
she's unbelievable.
She is.
And
She
man,
produces so much. She works so hard, and she's so positive all the time. And she just like sprinkles love and light everywhere. Her
her
shows are
smile.
amazing. I
Yeah,
was at
yeah,
the
yeah.
very first one in Scottsdale that's when I met her. And it was an amazing 2-day
They're
show.
doing this all the way across the country. You know, it's
They're all
incredible.
up and down California now. Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah,
start
yeah.
coming to the California shows this year. And this weekend, I'm hosting a sound healing and guided meditation and intention making workshop in Scottsdale on Sunday. And then in March, I'll be up there in Sedona. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be great.
Sedona is a beautiful place. It is so incredibly vibrant. I'm talking about the town and the mountains and the colors and the scenery and the
Yes.
vibration. And the original, the OGs of Sedona are beautiful. Hippies, whatever you want to say, right? Whatever. And they are wonderful. But the problem with Sedona is the secret got out. Now there's so many.
Now it's crowded.
It's so
Yeah.
great. You can't do anything in that town.
Yeah.
And it's taken away from the beauty of what the town was always historically. And most of the people that are there now, most are only there for like a month a year. They own some expensive house. They go there and they vacation. There's so many, and they clog up the street, but they're not about you and I. They're not about that, right? The secret got out, and it really bums me out because it's one of the most beautiful places in the world.
It really
hands
is.
down. Hands down. There's no question about that. And the beauty of it is being crushed by all of these other people that it's just overrun the town. And I don't want to sound like some old man that's complaining. Oh, get off my lawn. Get out of my town.
But you're right. And it's so expensive. Like, like $1 million. You're lucky if you find something for $1 million there.
No, there's nothing in Sedona for $1 million.
Yeah, it's crazy. Maybe a little tiny.
A stop sign in Sedona is $1 million. It's crazy. But I love it. I can't wait to see you there. That's my family, and it's great. Here's the other thing that I love about Sedona. All right. You ready, Cheri?
I'm ready, Jimmy.
I enjoy my quest for meat. There's no meat in that town.
What?
There's no meat in that town. There's no meat. There's
What do
no
you
meat.
mean? There's plenty
There's
of
no
meat.
meat. Everything is vegan. The whole town.
No.
Where do you eat? McDonald's? Oh. So on the main drag, there is
even the vegan organic store restaurant has meat. It's called like Flower Child, and it's in the Artsy Center. They serve meat there. Yeah,
no,
they serve
don't.
meat.
That's fake meat. That's fake meat. It's fake meat. They tell you it's meat. It's made out of walnuts and pecans.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny.
But next door to the McDonald's, which by the way has a green McDonald's vegan sign. By the way, it's not the golden arches. All right. Okay. So
it's the turquoise.
That says it all right there. But God, man, listen, everybody, save your email. Don't send it to me. But next door to the McDonald's is the most amazing breakfast restaurant. And I can't think of the name. It's right next door, and they've got the right menu. So I have to eat there like 3 times a day in Sedona.
There's an amazing, because you're not getting enough protein. There's an amazing breakfast place next to the grocery store, but it's in West Sedona, closer to where it will be. It's not in Uptown. And it's fabulous, but there's always a line.
Yeah, that place
Yeah.
is good. And then across the street, right across the street from that place, is a pretty good Italian restaurant that
Mhm.
has meat. But that's it in the whole city. That's all there is.
Do
That's
you
all there
like
is.
Thai food? Thai food?
Not vegan Thai food.
No, there's a Thai restaurant in West Sedona that's also really good, and it's not vegan.
Really? I haven't seen
Yes.
that. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it. And the reason why we're talking about this, it is my quest.
To find meat.
I can't tell you. I have been really nice restaurants in Sedona.
Have you been to the fancy, like really expensive Spanish place?
Yes,
It's from Spain, Spanish.
Yeah.
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 Butterfly, mariposa. What's it called?
Yeah. But it's gluten free. It's gluten free.
The whole restaurant?
Yeah. And I gave them so much shit. So at the Italian place, which is really good. Okay. But so the waiter comes up and he puts bread on the table. I go, dude, can I have gluten bread? We don't serve gluten here. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna eat that bread. I just love giving them a hard time. Yeah, it's my quest in Sedona to find gluten, flour, eggs, cream, and a really good.
There's a really good Italian place in the Oak. What's it called? The town next to Sedona, the Oak. Why am I blanking? Village of the Oak Creek, that town.
Yes.
Village of Oak Creek. There's a really good, like 5-star Italian restaurant there.
Yes, and I have been there too. That's a nice little enclave. They got a great coffee shop there too, as well.
Correct. Yeah.
Amazing coffee. And right across the street, the killer view. Oh man,
by Bell Rock. Yeah.
Yep. I love that little. I always stop there. That Italian restaurant is spot on, but it's not
amazing.
in Sedona. It's not in
it's
Sedona.
not technically.
It's not in Sedona. You got to go another 8 miles. Yeah, you got to go another 8 miles. Cheri, I love you so much. Give my best to your husband. I'll see you in a couple of weeks in Sedona. And let's go find some really good beef burritos when we're there. We'll find them. Okay?
Well, I'm actually vegetarian, but I do eat seafood. You knew that.
We'll find some Baja
you were waiting
shrimp
for
tacos.
me to say it.
Yeah, Baja shrimp tacos. I miss you. I can't believe we're going to be able to hang out here in a couple of weeks. And it's going to be so much fun. So I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. And we got to do it again here.
Yes,
soon.
let's do it again. I would love that. Thanks for having me, Jimmy. Bye,
I miss you, Cheri. I miss you. Okay.
I miss you.
So I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right. Sounds good. Peace, brother.
Peace. Cheri Arellano. She is the best. I've known her forever. What a great conversation. And I hope that all of you could tell that when two people are in that comfort zone, we can have a conversation and make it happen. That's what happened tonight. Listen, it's my Thursday, everybody. I will see you back here on Monday. No, let me correct myself. I am trying to arrange a show tomorrow night. So we'll hang out, we'll do an AMA, and I'll do a Conscious Life Expo recap special. I've got lots of images and videos. I've got some stuff that was gifted to me too as well. And I want to show off all of my stuff tomorrow night to you. So I will do my best to make that happen. If I can pull that off, I'll let everybody know around noon tomorrow. Other than that, have a great, safe, fun, and amazing weekend. And I'll see you probably tomorrow night, but also right back here on Monday. But for now, all I've got is Go Beckley Tap. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee Newman, and Michelle Freed. Special thanks to Bill, John, Dex, Jessica, Dennis, and Kevin. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music by Doug Aldrich. Intro, Space Boy. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network. This broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2024 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc.
It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Go back, Lee Tappy.